Hey everybody, this is Douglas Block. Maybe this is the third time is the charm. Uh, I don't understand why. I must start using the new YouTube beta because the classic version of live streaming is a little bit off base. My friend Danielle in Houston, Texas, has told me that when I went on at 12 o'clock, she wasn't able to see the live stream on her subscribe. When she went to the website, you can see it. Now it says 0 people watching. At least it shows something. So I hate to, have to go check it every time before I do this. But now there's 18 people. Okay, now we're on the air. So wow, do not know why this happened. But as I used to tell my physics teacher when I went into the classroom at 5 after the hour, better late than never. Anyway, 18 people watching, nobody showing up on the feed. I'm going to text Danielle. 18 people are watching. Could you go on and ask a question? Question mark. Well, what should I do? I'm not quite sure. Well, let's talk about topics. Let's talk about exercise. And you see people commenting, so why can't I see their comments? This is. What is going on? I see 26 people watching, but I see no comments. Well, I hope you guys are talking with each other because I'm not able to see what you're doing. I can't see anything. I'm sure you guys can see me. So yeah, you're just not appearing in the feed, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Yeah, I can't see anything in the live chat. I'm not quite sure what to do. Not quite sure what to do. Now 33 people are watching, but nobody is showing up on this. Maybe I'll just try refreshing Safari. There they are. My God, what is happening here? All right, well, there you guys are, finally appearing. Yep. Finally, I'm seeing the people. Wow, that was an ordeal. All right, so who's here? Well, we have Virtuous Woman. Danielle, yes, I fixed it, yes. Rosie Bangle, Frank Saul, Stan Ismail, James Rosemary, Marsha Middleton, glad to hear from you. Mary C. Fabian, life is a journey, yes it is. Rosie Bangle, wonder where you got to, no notifications. The software, the YouTube software is glitchy. What can I tell you? Nice to hear from you, JD, Doug Nation, Chom Choms. Yeah, bad day for you. What's going on, Marsha, and how can you fix that? Check your troubleshooting tool while I troubleshoot and I got it to work. Bad year, Christina. Well, I just had has anyone ever had cellulitis here? Hey, Joni? Very poorly prepared, solving a chest problem, no food. Anthony Olson, you're still here, Anthony. Nice to see you. Alan Matkinus, is the reason why an impression would take a while to work? Nobody really knows. No one understands why they say 4 to 6 weeks. No one even understands how they work. Hey, John Gilfian, I'm John from South Africa, suffered nervous breakdown last year. I've been following you. Noah, thank you. Well, it's interesting, the term nervous breakdown is an old term from when I was growing up in the 50s. All right. So yeah, antidepressants take a long time. Nobody quite knows why. Having a problem with serious suicidal thoughts again, though. Yes, well, remember, they're just thoughts. They come and they go. They're transient. You can think of them as watching clouds overhead. Uh, they come and they go. It's just a thought, Anthony. It's just a thought. You don't have to act on it. You don't have to think it's real. It's just a thought. It's your brain misfiring. Michael Stageman, hello. In the meantime, some exciting news. My new book that I'm writing, first 10 chapters on suicide prevention. I'm looking for people to read it and give me feedback, especially people who have been to dark places. And as probably all of you have, if not most, the most of you for sure. And send me an email, douglasblog@gmail.com. Give me your email address, and by the middle of the week, I will shoot out a first 10 chapters to you. Mohammed, however, I've not got out of bed for almost 5 days. Oh, yes. You said this before. Don't believe, Mohammed, that nobody will care if you're gone. And if you're in immense pain, I hope you can get it treated. You're safe, just lonely. Well, loneliness is a big problem, Marcia. There's lots been written about it. Can you go out and go to a meetup group and meet people with similar interests? Contemplating divorce, very scary. Well, you should be. Divorce is a very, very, very heavy thing, and traumatic for all parties. But you know, if you do decide to do that, do it through a mediator, and hopefully you're getting some marriage counseling in the meantime. Thanks. I've been weaning off the Alprazolam Xanax thanks to your mind tools. Thank you very much. My dad is recovering from shingles on the scalp. Yeah, it is very stressful. Anyway, Marcia, try to reach out and meet people if you can. Anthony Muhammad just did show up. Deb T, I'm on constant panic, having suicidal thoughts. Don't think I'll make it one more day. Yes, that's very common. Well, my question is, what kind of mental health treatment are you seeking out? When we get into these serious crises, we can't pull ourselves out by ourselves. Depression, anxiety, they're way too powerful for one person to bear. Way too much stress for one person to be able to handle it. Well, let's lighten things up. Laugh out loud book for 5-year-olds. Hey, Joan? Why was the tree excited about the future? Well, why was he? Because he was ready to turn over a new leaf. Now, these are really bad puns that a 5-year-old would get. Maybe somebody else could come up with a better joke. Yeah, some food. Maybe the Toby's tofu. Why was his science teacher angry? He was a mad scientist. Yeah. Why did the angry doctor have to shut down his practice? He lost his patients. Okay, 3 bad puns. All right, let's look at some more questions. So, Deb, reach out and get some support. Hi, is it truth that our thoughts creates our reality? Well, it creates our perception of reality, which is our reality. If I think I'm seeing a red Corvette in front of my house and I open my eyes, it doesn't happen. However, if you study quantum physics, energy and matter are the same thing, and thinking is the bridge between energy and matter. That's why all these new thoughts, self-help books say, write down your goals, visualize them, you'll attract them. There's something to that. It doesn't always work perfectly, but certainly your mind, Viktor Frankl said in the concentration camps, the only thing that can never be taken away from a human being is his ability to choose his attitude in any situation. Think about it. Someone, yells at you, you can say, well, screw you, or you can think to yourself, that person's having a hard day, I forgive them. Your thoughts are very powerful. They're the most important relationship. The most important relationship you have is not with your parents, not with your wife or husband, not with your children. It's with your thoughts. The thoughts in your head. That's why mindfulness meditation is such a great idea. The most important relationship you will ever have is the relationship with your thoughts. What do you think? So, Alexander, BB, severe drug withdrawals, severe akathisia. Yes, I've had that. intrusive thoughts, urges, severe depression, panic, not functioning. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time anyway. Now, in all seriousness, I'm sorry you're struggling, but remember my famous motto, which I'm using heavily in my new book. Okay, I'm sure you've heard it before. It was comes from a very, very famous Persian theme, and I will write it in all caps. Anybody who's having some difficult times, write this down. This too shall pass. If you want to make a donation to this live chat, there's a little $ in the very bottom left of your thread. Click on that and you can donate anything from 99 cents up. Helps to pay for the time, equipment, and editing that goes into these videos. Doctor, what made you turn into your career? I was always interested in psychology in high school, and why do people do what they do? What motivates them? It was just an interest I always had. Now, this whole depression ministry occurred because I went through a life-threatening depression, 96, 97. It was so painful. I was so miserable. I was so close to killing myself. When I finally survived, I said, I got to take what I've learned and share it with other people. Nobody should live through this kind of a hell. You know, that's why one of my most popular videos is my survival plan for living in hell. If you haven't seen that yet, it's really instructive about how to get through a really dark period. Didn't eat breakfast, sorry. Next question. Right, I know you're the assistant professor. You and I have communicated. Hang in there. If you died, your students would miss you, for sure. Paddy Brady from Ireland. What was the name of that TV documentary about the depressed comedy? Oh, it's called The Great Depression. It's on HBO. Gary Gulman is a genius. Not to mention he's a Boston Celtics fan. And the name of that it's kind of a comedy tragedy. But if you subscribe to HBO, John Gilfian, I watched your videos last year, and since then I've read The Choice and Man's Search for Meaning. Very nice. What is The Choice, by the way? What do you call a joint kangaroo that won't go outside? A pouch potato. Well, Rosie Bangle, you have come up with a very, very good joke, and I'm going to copy and paste it. And what does ba dampa mean? I'm not quite sure, but that's a damn good pun. All right, let's get back to the live chat here. James Bartley, very nice to hear from you. I'm still doing okay on my stack, meaning his vitamins and minerals. Let's get a close up here, shall we? However, the dark mornings, yes, well, they're affecting everybody, are they not? Let me find you, my God. I can't find it was too many threads have come here. Oh, yeah. Jogging, I found an herb earlier that shuts down the serotonin transfer. That's good. Wow. It hasn't passed in 8 years, KD? Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. You never know what can happen the next day. Yeah, sitting with your thoughts and feeling them, John, that's a really, really good idea. Wow, Anthony's a professor? That's right, he knows a lot about math. I forgot about that. It's on the net. Will you send me the link, Patty Brady? I thought you had to watch it using HBO. You're welcome. All right, I'm still doing okay in my stack over the dark mornings and evenings as well as working in a dark workshop, affecting my nerve. Yes, you need a light box. Very good point. Okay, and jogging is a good thing. Tanisha, what is PPD? Not quite sure. lyricjoe@yahoo.com. Excellent, Anthony. Would you be interested in reviewing my book? That's what I really want to know. I think you'd be a great, great, great person to comment on it since you're, in the depths yourself. So I'm going to send you an email, or you send me an email. That would be a really, really good thing to do. All right, let's get back to the live chat. Let's get back to Safari. Okay, next comment. James, what's the herb called? Maybe it's St. John's wort, I don't know. Rob Dirac, thank you for your advice. What's your thoughts on medical cannabis? Well, my brother takes it. It's approved in most states in the United States, yeah, for medical treatment. It's, pretty much become routine here. What about when therapy or medication will not change your circumstances? Neither will bring my son back to me. He will not even acknowledge me. What a hard thing in this case. Has anyone else here been alienated from one of their children? The only thing you need to, well, the only, one choice you do have is to practice radical acceptance. My aunt's son cut off relationships with him. With her, she had to just accept it, and eventually he did come back. So you definitely should be in counseling and therapy to deal with your grief. But there's a book that might be helpful. It's called Radical Acceptance, and it is just what it sounds like. Sometimes when we can't change something, we have to accept it no matter how painful. Now, I'm not giving you any advice here. In this channel, we're giving information only. We're not doing mental health counseling. For that, you seek a mental health professional. But, to have a child cut off communication with you is just, tremendous pain for a parent. OG, wow, I haven't seen you in like 5 years. Just read an article about bipolar during the holiday season. They wrote the phrase, "This too shall pass." They also said, when going to hell, let's stop. Well, I should sue them. I'm the only one who's ever said that. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Lazy Eye Ranch, wow. Yes, we care about you. Thank you, you Lazy Eye Ranch. Everybody here, pray, reach out to Muhammad. I was fairly fine for 6 months, but relied on benzos and sleeping pills. Well, talk to your doctor about that. Alex says, am I familiar with depersonalization? I am, not personally, but some of my clients have. Any advice? What I've been told is you just have to kind of be with it and not react to it. But I'm the last person to give you advice on depersonalization. Go to Noah Thomas's channel, Big No No, and he suffers from it and has done some videos. Well, it's 30 minutes after the hour. I know we got a late start due to malfunction of the equipment. Again, no one has donated today. That would be helpful. And just click on that little button. Black Magic, hello Douglas, tomorrow morning I'm having my 12th ECT session. They're now saying I will need further 6 sessions. I'm worried about the side effects. Well, yeah, that's a tough call. I've seen ECT take up to 20 sessions, so, oftentimes what you forget about comes back, and often it's just what's going on during the time you have it. But, that's a decision you and your doctor have to make. But, I had ECT, I had 10 sessions. It turned things around. So, everything is a trade-off. Everything has costs and everything has benefits. So talk to your doctor about it and, talk to other people and see what you think. I can't give you my own personal opinion, but I do know that memory often does come back. I mean, for me, I would probably go for it because being severely depressed is hell on earth. Anyway, keep in touch. Connor Stefensky says Zoloft cured him of depersonalization. Wow. Alex, there's a film on depersonalization with one of the cast of Friends. Well, that's great. Rosie Bango, Bam da ba. It's the drum sound effect after a bad joke. Ah, badampa. I wish you could say it for me. What was your bad joke again? I thought it was kind of clever. The Choice is written by Edgar. She was a concentration camp survivor. Wow. Thank you so much, John. I always look for books like that. I've read a lot of books about the Holocaust, but I've not read that one. So that's excellent. Thank you so much. All right, let's get back to the live chat here. Let's get back to Safari. Thank you, by the way. Has anyone else read The Choice? Interesting. My only child has abandoned me. Yes, I know. You said that earlier. Do you have any friends, any other social support you could turn to? And again, sometimes, and you definitely should be seeing a therapist to process what's going on. Wow. Mohammed and Anthony are going to have a nice connection, support each other. They both, through very dark times, they're both professors. That's wonderful. Exercise and light both should slow down the reuptake transporter in the darkness seasons. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah, Anthony says, contact me. Well, Anthony, why don't you contact Mohammed? I think he put up his email address. Mohammed, maybe you want to put it up so Anthony can reach out to you. All right, Katie says, I'm not married. Family, drugs, enablers, and criminals. I literally have nothing except my job, and the child I raised alone has estranged himself from me. Are you seeing a therapist? Are you seeing a counselor? You can go to a group, a parents group. You can even go to a 12-step group if you need to. It's important to have some sort of social support connection. If the people, your relatives, are not helpful, see if you can reach something out, Yeah, Radical Acceptance is an amazing book. I've identified that my depression episodes occur in the last 2 weeks of the month when I can't be productive. Wow. Is that bipolar? I can't diagnose over the internet, but you definitely are seeing your ups and downs. Definitely go to a psychiatrist or a therapist, or a professional to get that diagnosed. All right. Hi, Doug. Elodie, nice to hear from you. John, nice to hear from you. Think more positively. Wow. What therapist uses those words with client? A bad therapist. There are grief groups in Portland, Oregon for people who have losses, and you have a huge loss. People would be much more understanding of what you're going through in a grief group. And, but the idea of being with your pain, and just processing your pain, writing about it, reaching out to other single parents whose children have, are gone. Frank Zolia, it's been 4 months since my little son has estranged himself from me and has kept my 2 young and only grandkids from my life. Darkness got darker. The pain is awful, but I'm staying focused. Well, Frank, why don't you give out your email address to Kay or vice versa? Here you are, 2 people in the same position. You could really support each other. Why do I not bringing this closer to me? All right. First off, I want to say thank you for your work and everything you do to help others with mental health. Thank you, Joshua. Black Mystery, I wish I could donate. Well, you can always email me through PayPal. If you go to paypal.com. Set up an account and then just send money to Douglas Block at gmail.com. Is depersonalization, is your person due to natural causes? Yeah, okay, you guys are talking with each other. I find Alicia value your channel. I'll be listening for more of your videos. There's a video I have called 8 Ways to Increase Your Optimism. You might want to check it out. I mean, there's no getting over the pain of a loss like that, but I find if you can get busy and get involved in maybe volunteering and helping others, it takes your mind off your pain. And one of the things you need to do is take your mind off the pain of the grief, of course, but not try to, deny it, obviously. Joshua Bailey, my girlfriend's in college and has depression with friends coming up. She's very stressed and being very distant with me. Talk to her. Is there anything I can say or do that will help her? Just say you love her. Just say you support her. Encourage her to go to the college counselor and maybe get into some treatment if that's what's needed. PR2 Gameplay. I Douglas, my friend Deb has panic 24/7. Things off. Please help her. Well, I have a couple of videos on anxiety, that she can take a look at. How to rewire your anxious brain. She should also be seeing somebody professionally. Yeah, Lazy Eye Ranch. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your son, stabilizes and continues to do his artwork. Long distance relationship. Yeah. I had the opposite. My whole family abandoned me except my dad and wouldn't go along with it when he found out what was happening. Well, good. I'm glad you had one person who supported you. $2.99 OG. Thank you. Someone has broken the ice at 26 minutes, into the video, at 39 minutes past the hour. I find breaking bread helps my depression. Absolutely, Zach. Making bread, that's a very good idea. Like knitting. When I was in the hospital, someone knitted. Getting involved, with some sort of physical, tangible thing, taking yourself out of your head, using your hands, getting into the world, those are all very, very helpful. I've heard there's a specific drug which can reverse depersonalization. Yeah, well, I've never heard of it. Tibor, oh, thank you, Taco Platter, as always. I've identified that my depressive episodes occurs in the last 2 weeks of the month. Yeah, that's right, when you can't be productive. Excellent. Lodi, John, why did they go back in the comments? Yeah, all right, let me keep going up. Tibor, Anthony, I need to go now. Sorry, thank you again for being there. Anthony, I am going to email you. Please email me back, that would be great. Ratty Hannah, thank you, doctor, for doing this. I need help for now. I'll just listen before I share my story. Okay. Thank you, Arcade Cup, for your 99-cent donation. Off to pick up MJ, works for me, and then the gym. Hey, Sandra, remember how we had to convince you to go there? Now it looks like it's a habit. Abhisheka Das. Hello, sir. I'm from India. I wanted to ask you if joint muscles, pain, muscles, cracking, joint noise are symptoms of depression. One of the symptoms of depression is body aches that are, not identified by any other cause. But, if you have physical symptoms like that, you should definitely get checked out by a medical person. For sure. Little Rock is in Arkansas, KD. Donna Crozier, how do you tell a close friend you were suicidal? Not suicidal thoughts, but seriously with a plan. I'm doing a chapter in the book about getting over the shame. You have nothing to be ashamed about, Donna. You need to reach out for help and let people know so you can stay alive. Your brain is not working properly. It's misfiring. The circuits are crossed. It's nothing you did or caused. There's nothing to feel bad about. If someone has heart disease or has lung cancer, they don't feel about it. If someone has a brain disorder, neither should they. You have a brain disorder right now. Your primary focus needs to be in surviving. You're going to feel a lot better one day soon and be glad you lived through this. And of course, you definitely need to have a psychiatrist or doctor you're working with. But there's no shame in it. What do you think, guys? If you're suicidal, is that something to be ashamed of? All right, James Bartley. Lamotrigine, yes, that's Lamictal. That's for bipolar disorder. I didn't know it treated repersonalization. Healthy spine exercise. I struggle with constant pain. I can't motivate to plan anything. How do you start planning? Well, do the best you can, but what's the pain? Psychological, physical? Are you seeing a pain doctor? Plan for small things like, go out to lunch one day or do something really simple. Yeah, sometimes, that's right, Elodie. My English teacher said that was my imposter syndrome, right? The anxiety, depression, not who you are, just symptoms of a brain that is misfiring. Rich, thank you very much. I haven't heard from you before. Thank you for your, the CA mean that's Canadian dollars? I'm not quite sure. All right. Uh, yeah, I just realized when I took different antidepressants, their mechanism is mainly 5H2, 5T2, whatever it is, antagonist. Yeah, K and D should again communicate with each other. All right. Who else could we talk to here? Has any opinions on Alexa? Hey, Chris Geiser, nice to see you again. Chris is one of the regular contributors here on the live chat, and yeah. Celexa is a good medication. Many of my friends are on it. That's all I can say. Rosie Bangle, one thing I found positive this week because I hate the dark nights is that there's, in the UK, at least it's not going to get any darker. But just every week the sunset is increasing again. You mean the sunlight? Yes. It is now, I don't know what day it is today. Well, here it's the 8th. Actually, the solstice doesn't happen for another 12 days, but it's close enough. Dave Durango, nice to see you again. Tony Issue. Says, I find that when my mental health isn't good, my health anxiety goes crazy. That's absolutely true. How does a typical day at the institution look like? You mean the mental institution? I did a whole video on it about my day in the life in a mental hospital. Not very exciting, actually. You get up, you eat, you do groups, you have meetings, you see your psychiatrist, therapist, more groups, and you go to bed. You're more than welcome, James. Thank you for your £2 donation. Little Rock is lacking in good mental health services and good therapists. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Oh, it is the capital of Arkansas. You think somebody would be there. Keisha Des, they did show it to a psychiatrist. I was on the university for 3 months and was also seeing a psychologist and didn't help at all. Donna Crozier, thank you so much for your donation. Never shameful to feel suicidal. Thank you, Rosie Bangle. Hey, Sandra and Tony, nice of you chatting. I'm taking another bite of my my stuff. I have to find my power cord because we're losing power. Hold on, guys, just for a second. Okay. Now we're getting some power back into this computer. All right. MJ is a colleague, says Tony. Dave Durango, for you to come check out one of my streams some night. It's not a mental health stream. We discuss a lot of topics. I think you mentioned that last time. Well, email me the link. Yes, I don't know what MJ is. Wonder how you came up with the name for Little Rock for that town. Well, Rosie Bangle, I don't know what you're referring to. What town is Little Rock? It must mean mean something. It must be have a hidden meaning. Son Ismail Douglas, did you experience any physical symptoms during your depressive episodes? Not really. It was all, sadness, despair, lethargy. Well, that's, physical symptoms. Sure. Couldn't concentrate, physical symptom. Yeah. Hunger was great. Nice to see you from Denmark. What's going with Wiki? Are they getting shut down? I don't think so. Thank you, Donna, again. Okay, let's see who else has any questions. Someone is here, the guy who taught me to think more positive. Yeah, that's very funny. MD Nixon, studying in Austria in psychology. What is going on? I must say I feel very well. I made huge improvements here in Austria. I got a lot of things to do. That's why I can't join the live chat until I get some free time. Well, isn't that wonderful? Look at that. What an example. MD Nixon was struggling. He was afraid to go to Austria, having bipolar, I believe. Now he's improving. He's so busy he can't even be on the live chat. Thank you for checking in, MD Nixon. Thank you for letting us know about your improvement. It is definitely moral support for all of us to know that somebody who is struggling, someone who is, you know, in a dark time is now coming out of it. You're a good example of why we should all hold on and never, never, never give up. Mathematics, fantastic. I love your name. Fanatic, please help me. Well, what do you need help with? Is there anything I would suggest for physical pain? I don't know. I'm not a pain doctor. Again, you need to go to the right person to help you out. My dad was dying of leukemia, so knowing he didn't suffer a horrible linger death is positive. Half the town came to his funeral. And Unsolved Mysteries filmed our story. Jordan Peterson saved your life. He's a really, really good person. I've just seen his channel. Very compassionate. I think very highly of him. Rob, doctor, I just smoked a joint. How do I keep my mind from staying in reality? Well, that's exactly what a joint will do. Your mind will wander off and leave reality. Well, if you don't like your feeling, don't smoke it again. All right. Mathematics fanatic, if you have that kind of addiction, sexual addiction, you should go see a counselor who specializes in that, or you can go to Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous. It's a very common addiction that you've got. MD Nixon, I'm jealous. I learned to ski on St. Johann, St. Veit, Austria. I miss it so much. Never been to Little Rock. Imagine they named it when the party that camped there barefoot on a sharp pebble. Said, oh, I just stood on a Little Rock. Very funny. MJ, best before bedtime. I still don't know what MJ means. Chris Geiser, back on antidepressants Tuesday and first therapy session. Very good. Nice work, Chris. Any writing tips? Yeah, just write about what you know and just keep writing. Don't procrastinate, and the first draft, don't worry about it. All right. Anything else? Oh, we've come to the bottom of the thread. That's cool. Don't take MJ before Jim. Someone tell me what MJ is. My God, it must be. What does it stand for? I have no idea. I don't think it's marijuana. I hope. Who knows? All right. MJ's Mary Jane is weed. I see. I was right. Okay. Now, how did weed get the name Mary Jane? I have no idea. Again, congratulations, MD Nixon, on your improvement. Back up to 27% because of the power cord. Backward thinking in many ways. Well, you guys are going to hate me for saying this, but it is in the South, which unfortunately is not the most progressive place in the world, except for the big cities like Houston and Austin, Texas, which is cool, and Dallas, has some really good folks. So, every place has forward-thinking people. Rob Direct, thank you for your videos. Thank you. Where do you live? Rod, are you in maybe somewhere in Eastern Europe? Best CBD oil? I have no idea. thanks, Doug, but you switch things up. I don't have bipolar, mainly anxiety disorder and modar depression. I don't know what that means. I feel healthy and healed, not completely, but on my way. Excellent. Thank you for giving me the right, name of your disorder. Love your cheese jokes. On a serious note, does anxiety lead to depression? Yes, anxiety can lead to depression. It's very depressing when you can't stop the anxiety. Sal is still the same, lived abroad for a decade. Well, okay, how was that? Where do you live? Yeah, I've been abroad many times. Very cool. Hey, Kelly Burns, nice to see you. I'm going to send you that the first 10 chapters of my book today. Not today, during the next week. I have a little goat named Mary Jane, but it's because she's white with fur, black fur. On her feet, they look like Mary Jane, very cute. Mary Jane shoes. Ha. Amazing story. How to turn the tragedy of your dad into a positive one. Let's get a joke. That's horrible. Another horrible joke. What kind of poles can swim? Tadpoles. Yeah, why would the teddy bear eat anything? He was already stuffed. So was the scarecrow. Hey, no jokes. Catherine Galdi, you've cheered me up. I have this horrible infection called cellulitis. I get about every year and a half. Every time I think I'm done with it, it comes back. It's really wrecked my mood. Physical illness, physical health issues can mess with your mood. Please pray that I will have a healing from this. I really need your prayers about this physical, illness. The only thing that can really seem to heal this is intense antibiotics. So that reminds me, I'm going to call Silent Unity after I get off here. All right, Kelly Burns, the machine at the coin factory has just suddenly stopped working with no explanation. It doesn't make any sense. All right, a bad joke, thank you. You love the teddy bear joke? Ah. If you don't mind lowbrow humor, says KD, join lowbrow humor, sarcasm, and the ridiculousness on Facebook. Susan Jones from Virginia, wow. I've been gone for a while. I didn't think the stream was happening today. Checked at noon. Glad it is. Yeah, well, technical problems, they seem to happen about every other week. Two people walking to a bar, you'd have thought the second person would have seen it. Very funny. Hi, Sandra. It says, may I get a sample of your book? You can get my book when going through Hell Don't Stop, by the way. Anybody who donates, makes any donation over $5, is certainly welcome to have this book. It's an ebook. The print book, unfortunately, is out of print. Again, nice to see you. And thank you for your bad joke, Kelly. Yeah, I'm on antibiotics. I'm on oral antibiotics, but this is intravenous, where they drip it into your veins. But getting somebody to prescribe it, it's a big thing. What do you call a baby chimpanzee? A chimp off the old block. Very funny. Yeah, Lazy Eye Ranch, you understand what it's like to be having problems with the sun. Anyone here is taking lamotrigine, duloxetine, or agolmetine, did they have any effect on your depression? Well, lamotrigine is Lamictal, a mood stabilizer. Duloxetine, I forget the name of it. And yeah. All right. It is now 3 minutes before 1. I'm sorry, but my leg is really starting to hurt me. I need to elevate it. It's throbbing right now. So we're going to close at exactly 1, even though I get off to a late start. I apologize. But I need to keep my leg elevated. Hopefully by next Sunday I'll feel better. thank God he's back. I pray mine will come back like the prodigal son, but I pray it isn't because of a tragedy. Yeah, well, you obviously love your son very much. Hopefully on some level he knows that. What were the circumstances of the estrangement? And you don't have to share if it's too personal. Most of my favorite jokes are too long and require funny voices and a performance. So what about a monkey I have to act out? Huh. Yeah, I'm going to call Silent Unity after we get off the live chat here, for sure. Well, I used Diloxine for 3 weeks and it was the worst thing I've ever experienced. Yeah, well, what is it for? Anxiety? I think it is. Ah, yes. Either you're part hamster, Rosie Bengal, well, you might be. Am I on audiobooks? Not yet. I want to create an audiobook. Thank you very much for reminding me. Mary C., have a good night yourself. Mathematics Fanatic says he wants to know if excess masturbation causes depression. No, but it does show you have a compulsion. Maybe, the underlying reason for the compulsion is depression. Again, I told you before, you need to go see someone who is a therapist who specializes in sexual disorders and go to a 12-step group. I cannot give you any direct advice, although the answer to your question, I don't think so. I'm sorry you're feeling bad, Douglas. Keep going. It will get better. My mind was a mess a month ago, and here I am recovering. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with my mental state, but my foot's blown up and very painful. And it's very hard to get rid of. Oh, well, I didn't have a bad leg till Tuesday. This is an acute thing. It just came up. Yeah, Mathematics Fanatic, your compulsion can be treated. Just get the right kind of help. Wow. Yeah, Lazy Eye Ranch, you told that story last week about your son. Why am I going to call Silent Unity? Because Silent Unity is a 24-hour prayer ministry that prays for people who are in physical, emotional, or spiritual pain. I've been using them for 30 years. That's why I'm going to call them. Speaking of which, it is 1 o'clock. I got to take care of my foot and soak it in some hot water. So it's been a pleasure talking with you guys. What I really love about these live chats is how you support each other. Trade email addresses, get in touch, text each other, do whatever you need to do. We are getting towards the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. That means, the light is coming back. The resurrection is happening. And, things always turn around. Hopefully it'll be the same thing with my leg. All right. Tony Yushu says, drugs and porn are in the love chat. We're an open community. Well, bye, Doug. Thanks for the stream. See you all next week. Thank you, Chom Choms. Bye, everybody. Wish me healing. Wish my foot gets better. And I stay connected. Reach out for support. Just tell yourself every day in every way I'm getting better and better. That's my last little... All right, and here's my last affirmation for you. Every day in way getting why won't my typing work? Come on, getting better and better. INGBETTER and BETTER. There you have it. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. This has been Douglas Block. See you next Sunday, the 15th of December. I have a new video coming out soon about what if you can't see the end of the light of the tunnel. And until we see you again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. Now I just have to figure out how to stop the stream. Nope, that's not it. Now I know what to do. There we go.